there's a Trump supporting sheriff who says not only was the election stolen from Trump, but he's willing now to pick up the ballots himself after people have voted. I kid you not. Let's put his picture up full mass here. All right, this is the new thing they're trying to do. This is Johnson County, Kansas City Sheriff Calvin Hayden. Sheriff Hayden has promoted unsubstantiated suspicions that the 2020 election was stolen. He is now volunteering to have his staff collect ballots from drop boxes in unmarked vehicles. Additionally, an unidentified member of the sheriff's staff offered to have deputies present in the room in the election office where votes are counted. So he wants to pick up the votes. He wants to make sure his deputies are there while the votes are being counted. Now, none of his deputies are election supervisors or election workers. He just wants to volunteer his deputies to do these things. And Sheriff Hayden suggested that ballots deposited in drop boxes must be counted at the drop box site. So if there's a drop box outside of a precinct, he's saying, listen here, fellas, we're gonna have to count them on the outside of the precinct. You see? All Hayden, in a letter to Hayden, Johnson County Chief Counsel Peg Trent expressed alarm over this. So this is what good old Trent said. Trent said, as we discussed, my concern is that these requests give the appearance that the sheriff's office is attempting to interfere with an election and to direct a duly authorized election official as to how an election will be conducted. Now, here's what we got so far. The sheriff has come in. He said, listen, I need access to these votes. I need access to the machines. I need access to the ballots. And then I need to transport the damn things. And then when we pick them up from a Dropbox location, we need to count them at the Dropbox location. In addition to that, my deputies need to be there every time a vote is counted. That's what this sheriff has demanded of the county. In a Monday statement, Sheriff Hayden disputed his bias, the view of Trent, the chief counsel for the county. We have no intention, he said, of asserting ourselves into any election. That is illegal. We have been requested by the Board of County Commissioners to provide security. We made suggestions to help with the security. That's as far as that is gone. Now there's another irony here. You know, the sheriff is elected. The sheriff himself is on the damn ballot. So you literally have a person who's on the ballot saying he wants to be in charge of the transportation and the literal counting and overseeing the count that's happening after the vote. That's what he's proposing. He's an elected sheriff. There's more. Meanwhile, Sheriff Hayden has been conducting an election fraud investigation for months and has talked up the inquiry at multiple events, most recently last week at a convention of the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association in Las Vegas. So you got this cat who's literally putting people under investigation for election fraud because Trump said there was some. That's the kind of sheriff he is. The group claims that county sheriffs are the supreme law enforcement of the land and that their authority supersedes all others, even the president of the United States, according to this group he's a part of. Its founder, Richard Mack, is a former board member of the Oath Keepers, an extremist organization that recruits its members among law enforcement. In Las Vegas, Sheriff Hayden credited his ongoing probe, which his office now describes as a criminal investigation, to Catherine Engelbrecht and Greg Phillips of True the Vote, a Texas conservative nonprofit that claimed to have uncovered massive voter fraud in 2020. Their work was the basis for the 2000 Mules documentary that is popular among some Republicans. The film has been discredited by many, including former US Attorney General William Barr, who served under former Donald Trump. Hayden has only spoken in generalities about his investigation and has made no direct allegation of fraud against a direct individual. But this is the kind of person who says he needs to be in charge of the local elections. Wow, the sheriff. Okay, David, just when you thought all the creativity was expressed in the Republican Party as it relates to this election, you get a new one. This is a new one now. What are your thoughts on it?
My thought is that the day a county sheriff has more authority than the president of the United States, I'm running for county sheriff because there's a lot that I would like to do, even here in Connecticut, to try to change some things. So this guy, look, I can't even believe that the voters are gonna possibly reelect him. He was obviously inserting himself. He obviously wanted to try to control the outcome, control the results. Maybe he then got caught and said, oh no, it is illegal. You know what, leave it to the election board. That's the way these elections are carried out. If they want security, if they want an armed guard to help transport the ballots, okay, sure, fine. The sheriff and anybody else who wants to provide security can do that, but stick out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's really trying to be in the room literally when these votes are counted. Okay,